The new F1 season testing is around the corner, and even though every year we say we shouldn't look into testing that much because no one knows the testing program of each team, amount of fuel on board, engine modes, and so on. But there are items that we can deduce from testing, just like last year's Aston Martin's strong testing performance that we took notice of. So here are the three main ones that we should keep an eye on this year. First, Mercedes' controversial front wing.
The unusual front wing on Mercedes' 2024 F1 car is an extreme design. Mercedes appears to have got around these rules by bolting what looks like a wire to the rearmost edge of the second flap, effectively extending the third and final flap along the rear edge of the second one and obscuring it too. It's basically a clever way of making the front wing have a much smaller area to it without needing to remove the final flap of the wing completely. But there's every chance the FIA will take a dim view anyway and look to close the loophole Mercedes appears to have exploited.
Exactly. It seems like James Allison and co. exploited a loophole in the rules, and the FIA will definitely crack down on this. So we gotta keep an eye on the FIA's investigation to see whether they will ban Mercedes' front wing efforts or allow it. Second, Red Bull's Mercedes-inspired rear body design.
Red Bull surprised everyone with a visibly different 2024 F1 car that kind of resembles last year's Mercedes. In a way, what Red Bull's doing looks familiar, as it reminds us and even Red Bull driver Sergio Perez of the 2023 Mercedes W14.
In this era of F1, the magic happens underneath, meaning the main amount of downforce is generated from under the car, so the shape of the body is mainly aerodynamics. And I believe that's what Red Bull is going after with their 2023 Mercedes inspiration. But we gotta know whether this design will unsettle the stability that we are accustomed to with Red Bull. Also, we gotta know what this rocket noise is all about. Staying with Red Bull, personally I believe they will show up to testing with a different front wing. I don't think the one they bolted on their launch car is the actual one they intend to race with. It looked very simple and basic to me. And lastly, we have to keep a close eye on the last day of testing, because that's when the teams let their hair down, take out fuel, and start setting hot laps, preparing for the first quali of the season in Bahrain a few weeks after. So on the last day, we will be able to come up with a close ranking of the 10 teams. What are you most excited about this season? Do you think Mercedes front wing is legal? Let me know what you think in the comments below so we can discuss. And as always, thanks for watching, viewing, and subscribing.